to another episode of Living Room Wisdom, where your story is your glory. I am Patrina Wisdom, author, speaker, and wealth mentor. And today I get to interview an incredible woman. Her name is Mussolini. She's a multi-passionate entrepreneur, and she owns an incredible vegan restaurant here in Atlanta called Cafe Kulture. So welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so good to see you. And I thank you for saying yes to my invitation, because I know that you are more comfortable behind the scenes, whether it be in the kitchen of the restaurant or behind a camera, because you also have a background in photography as well, right? So thank you for this. I'm excited. This is actually the year of emergence. So I just am loving everyone coming out and saying, here I am, coming out of hiding, and just really showing their gifts. So I'm excited to introduce the audience to you. I would love for you to introduce yourself, not as what you've done or your businesses, but more about who you are as a person. Who is Mussolini?
Ooh, I'm still figuring that one out right now. I mean, I thought I knew, but last year I am rediscovering myself. So who I'm currently, I guess I'm just the owner of Cafe Kulture, asset builder. I see this whole in front of the camera thing.
Yeah.
Get back into it.
That's okay.
I don't really know what to talk about. Hey, y'all.
That's fine. We can start it again anyway, but
It's fine.
that's the beauty of it. We can press pause and then re-go.
Oh, good. We just go keep going.
Okay.
Just get it over with. You're done.
Take a deep breath. It's okay. All right. So I'm going to ask you again.
No, I'm good. That was great.
So, Mussolini, I would love for you to introduce our audience into, aside from your, accomplishments and your businesses, who is Mussolini? I know we're all a work in progress, but at this time, who are you?
Right now I'm a student. I am a student, and I am relearning myself.
Yeah.
I am learning different parts of the restaurant business that I never had to experience before, because it's the difference between owning and doing everything by yourself from scratch with no team.
Right.
And trying to develop a team as I go along, which is still a process, and finding my replacement when it comes to getting myself out of the establishment so I can work more on it.
Yes, that makes sense. And how long have you had Cafe Kulture?
Officially open to the public since the end of November 2020, but I've had it, the actual location, since first quarter of 2019.
Right, so that was a process in itself, right? Like getting the location, getting it built out, all of that. Tell us a little bit about that, because you came up against some pretty serious challenges in that process, and I'm sure a lot of people who might be looking to get into the restaurant business might be able to learn something from your journey.
Well, whatever your budget is, multiply that by 3 to 5.
By 35?
No, 3 to 5.
Oh, 3 to 5.
3 or
Okay.
5. I just multiply by 3 minimum. And because you're gonna have setbacks, possibly obstacles, delays, whether that's from your the construction, the city, yourself, finances, whatever it is, multiply that a minimum by 3, what you think your ideal budget is. Because when I went in, it was like, oh, this is done and that's done, and they just lied to me.
Right.
I was like, I thought it was restaurant ready. No, I had to really put some imagination in that, which that was the easy part. But getting it to manifest to where it is right now, that took some time, and also it took a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of tears, being stressed out like how I'm gonna do this, because also with almost a year and a half, more than a year and a half, plus you still gotta pay rent,
Right.
not open.
The expenses keep going, even though the income's not coming in yet.
Then COVID decided to happen. So that was another delay or setback. And I was just like, you know what? I don't care if it's a pandemic. I'm opening up.
There you go. So where did that fire come from? That tenacity of like, that's it, I'm not going to quit. This is what's going down. And you did it. You took it from an idea to an actual cafe culture restaurant with beautiful, amazing vegan food. And you're doing it. You're running it. So what was it that drove you during that time? I mean, you don't have children. You're not married. You don't have a whole bunch of responsibility other than yourself. You could have been like, bump that, I'm off that, I'm on to the next thing. So
no, once I'm determined to do certain things, like that's goal, that's what it is. Like I'm gonna reach it regardless. Like I'm the person that I enjoy the journey, I enjoy the process, regardless with the pain that comes with it. Once you get past that pain, that's where you really like enjoy the fruits of your labor or enjoy the lesson that you learned in the process. So I'm all about the journey of it because that's the joy, that present moment, and what I've learned and what I can carry on and give to someone else. Yeah. So Cafe Kulture, like a lot of people when they come in, they be like, oh my God, how did you do this? Where did you come like with this idea? I was like, well, actually, I said, we all manifested this. I said, you being here in this present moment, somehow you even help manifest this. Because to a degree, like, we all put that energy out there.
Right.
So
we're co-creating in the universe.
So with everyone's energy, and then I guess I was just that person to create it in that location. That's how it happened.
I love it. I love that. And I love also how you explained who you are as a student, because that justifies your ability to say, oh, I'm going to do this. I may not know how, I may come up against challenges, but once I decide this is going to get done, boom, it's happening. And you probably learned so much, not only about the restaurant industry, but about yourself throughout that process. So will you share some of the lessons?
Yeah. Sure. So the work part, that's always come easily to me. So having a task or a goal, getting it done, that's no problem. So what I have learned about myself is more on a personal level. So back to no children or no husband or whatever, I was just like, oh, you know, strong Black women is what a lot of people program us to be.
Right.
Then I was like, I don't think I want this shit no more. Excuse my language.
No need to excuse it with me.
I was like, no, I think I want to enjoy those other parts of my natural womanhood and that nurturing part. So I am doing that through Cafe Kulture. That gives me an outlet to do that. However, I realize those are the other important things in my life. Well, I would like in my life more.
Okay.
So, and then also moving to Atlanta and like being away from my nuclear core family that I was always around. So it's been an interesting journey.
And where's your family?
Connecticut.
In Connecticut, okay.
I mean, I have family down here too, but like the family I was like born and raised with are in Connecticut.
That makes sense. And now you've done it. Is this the biggest project that you brought to fruition?
I can't say the biggest. I would just say it's just one of them because it's just like I kind of like group everything the same except for the personal goals, right? Which is the family life. So that will be. I would say that would be a larger goal once I reach it. But when it comes to business and like college and all that, it's kind of grouped into one. And then I guess once again, I'm that person who kind of humbles myself. So it's not like, oh, I did this or whatever the case may be. But it's just all the same.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that.
Yeah.
So it's almost from what I'm hearing, like when it comes to business stuff and like manifesting things that would seem so daunting for someone else, that comes easy to you, no big deal. But the real desire outside of all of these, you know, physical manifestations and businesses and things is to actually have a family.
Yeah, and that's more so of upbringing. Like we've all had like what is it? Like my family, I always wanted that nuclear family. That's something like you get to see other people experience, and then you have blended families, you have families, other relatives who raise you, and et cetera. So like, I have a plethora of sisters and brothers.
Yeah.
I have a pretty big family. However, I just wanted to experience a different dynamic, something a tad bit more healthier, something a lot more relation driven, and also, what's another word? We're actually, where my viewpoints, like the way I think, where I can install a healthier mindset into my child. So this way, when they become of a certain age, their confident level, they're together more mentally, emotionally, because a lot of people lack those things.
Right.
So me, on my personal journey so far, I'll be able to install those things, which a lot of people lack, and also finance too.
Right.
Because a lot of times, no one's there to help you financially, or no one's there to give you proper advice. So this way I can install that already into my child or children.
So is this family something that you're looking to manifest soon, like in the next couple of years, or would this be more like 5 years out?
When it happens, it doesn't have a time set, like, because also I want it to be natural and organic. I mean, I can have that if I want it.
Sure.
Like right now, but it's just that at the same time, would that be a person I can really see myself with? And I'm about, I've read this really cool, well, I'm actually almost finished. It's called the 7 Levels of Intimacy.
Yes.
And it's a really good book. And one of the things that I think is great that you use in any relationship is that relationships are meant to bring the best version of you out.
Right.
And the point of a relationship is to bring the best version of each other out. Where most people have, we're doing it for the kids. The kids grow up, your relationship is gone.
Right.
We're doing it for a business goal or this, that, and the other. That's done, then what's next? Oh, we have the same similarities. We outgrow each other. We like and dislike different things. That changes. So I was like, I think that's a pretty cool outlook that, like, hey, let's bring the best version of each other out. And then now it's like, how do I do that also in all my relationships?
Yeah, definitely. I actually love that you're saying that, because it sounds like you're being very intentional about creating and calling in that relationship. You've been very intentional about all of your business ventures. You know that if you have something that you want, you have to put it down on paper, you have to create a plan, you have to know what you do and don't want for that particular project. And so are you doing these things for the person that you're looking to call in? Have you put the energy in that direction at all of crafting that, manifesting?
I actually did. It's not the same though with people and things. Because, like, things I can make happen.
Yeah.
People
You're more in control.
People are people.
Yeah, true.
We change, we grow.
Yes.
And like what I thought I needed or wanted, and then you get it and you're like, it's just like when someone's like, oh my God, I finally got my crush, and I'm like, I don't like this person.
Yes.
And it's not even based off looks. It's that energy,
substance.
that intimacy, that passion. So it's I'm
it's a work in process.
Yeah, because like I thought I wanted this whole thing. I wrote what is it? What's his name? I forgot the author. It's not coming to me, but it was like this manifestation thing.
Yes.
And I was like, you know what? I did was it Becoming Supernatural was the book, and I can't think of the author right now, but he had this thing where he told his son, he said, you want this job, write down what you want and what you need, and then your actual emotions, manifested emotions. So I did that, and I got the person, like, to a degree.
Yes.
And I got it within the time.
Yes.
I said it. And I was like, this is gonna happen by the end of the year, da-da-da-da-da. And it kind of happened, and I was just like, wait a minute. Still missing some things on that list. And then it's like, also in a relationship, can you deal with that missing 20%? So you gotta know, if you kind of doubt it, it's a no. And if you're scared through it, you just work through it. Like, get over that fear, because that's the greater part of you on that other side.
Yeah. Well, that's what my 12 years of being a single mom was, making that list and then editing that list, because every single time I made that list, I manifested what I thought might be my person. And then throughout the relationship, I had to find the courage to, let that go if it wasn't a right fit. And so I want to encourage you and our audience to just edit the list, because it does work. The power of intention, the power of manifestation, being really clear on what we want, what we don't want, what our, non-negotiables are, the things that we're willing to work with. It does work, and never be afraid to blow it up and start over. So that's really cool. I mean, and thank you for sharing, because I know you don't really love being in front of the camera, but also that's kind of a vulnerable conversation. So I appreciate you for that. What I want to know then is 5 years from now. Right? So you have Cafe Kulture, but you're a multi-passionate entrepreneur. So who knows? Do you have any idea of what the next chapter looks like for you? What if that person does show up? How's that going to affect your business? What's the vision you have for your life?
So I don't think it'll affect the business, because by then the business will be running fully functional by itself without me in it. And then also, I'm more of the supportive individual. So I want to be able to support my man. So I have a thing is that whatever his goals are, and they align up with my beliefs and my goals, I can go ahead and be that team player, because I want him to lead. I know I already have masculine energy, so I'm not trying to do that. I want to chill.
Yes.
I want to chill. Let me be in my feminine energy.
Yes.
And you go ahead and take the lead. And I am there to support you. So I'm there to make sure you reach your goals, while in turn I'm still reaching mine, because whatever I do for you, it's going to manifest. It's going to matriculate back into my life, and then vice versa.
Yes.
So it's a whole partner building, growing relationship. So that's the idea, the thought process of it. But next 5 years is just work on my next project, which is more into real estate.
Okay.
And I don't think it'll be a problem, because also when you're together, the business part, I think that might be, he'll be business savvy, it's a requirement.
Right. It's one of the non-negotiables for you, right?
Yeah.
So I have one last question, okay? Because I know that when I was single and dating, as a very ambitious single mom, superwoman, right? Like you said, we definitely have this more masculine energy. And I do know that at a certain point, I realized that it was repelling men to a point, because I was so self-sufficient, I was so independent, I was so ambitious. So what are you doing, or what have you done to put your femininity up front, so that men are not intimidated, or so that the right man sees you and can approach? Is there something intentional, because you're a very intentional person? Is there some practice or something you do to lead with that femininity?
I think I'm still working on that, but lately I'm doing more things. I love to dance. So
ooh, that's good.
That brings out more of just me in my natural state. I'm about to try what is it called, Lero?
I don't know
class.
What that is.
That's when you I don't know, it's a form of dancing or body movement, with those hoops.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try one of those. Nice. And I'm just doing things more to increase my feminine energy in other ways, and also build a sisterhood.
Yes.
Because you have your core female friends, but at the same time, when you have a lot of masculine energy, you go to advice from men. I learn a lot from men. And I just whatever they're doing, if they're on their A game, that's what I need to know.
Right.
However, I can learn some things from women as well. So I am right now building that sisterhood.
Yes.
Due to the fact so I can relate more in my feminine energy.
Well, you met the right girl, because I'm all about the feminine and I'm all about the sisterhood. Women we move differently. We have different needs, and there is this element of balancing the masculine and the feminine. So I think that would be a great move for you, is just to surround yourself with more badass female entrepreneurs that have healthy relationships. They exist. You met some of them here today. And yeah, definitely. Let's get it all hooked up. Let's get it connected, girl. I'm excited. I'm excited to see this flourish and develop, and for your person to show up. And
I just like to leave your audience with one thing, though.
Yes.
Is that regardless if it's a relationship or a business, Cafe Kulture, even though I got the spot 2019, didn't open in 2020, I was working on this since I moved down here.
Oh.
So when I moved down here 2015, like 2016, I got serious about it. Started making everything out. 2017, started legalizing everything, making sure I'm putting myself in position to have funds, etc. And also, I was put in a really good position. I was working for Embar as their general manager. So I got to meet a lot of great people along the way. So I was manifesting this when I got here.
right.
And I told him from the jump, I was like, oh, I'm opening my own spot. And you know, like, a lot of people like, yeah, whatever.
Exactly.
And then you go and do it, and be like, oh, you was serious. I was like, yeah, when I say I'm going to do something, I do it.
Yeah.
just
So
might
I
take
think
a
the
while.
lesson there is, you know, if you have a vision, if you have a dream, articulate it, tell people about it, because that helps to bring it to manifest. Write it down, plan it, and take those steps. You probably also recognize the people that could help you get this opened as you were meeting them, because you had a clear enough vision for what it is that you were trying to do. So.
Yes.
Awesome. And at such a young age, you're fairly young, right? I mean, you're 30s? You don't have to give the exact number.
Somewhere
Somewhere in that 30s vicinity. I
30s.
mean, so this is a entrepreneurial, millennial badass sitting next to me. So I'm really happy that we connected since I've been here in Georgia, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you so much, Ditto.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us for another episode of Living Room Wisdom. Tell us how we can connect with you.
Actually, you can connect with me on Instagram. I actually do respond to the DMs. For the business Instagram, it is Cafe Kulture, Culture with a K, CAFE, KULTURE. Or if you would like to be, what is it?
Connect personally.
You can follow me at Mussolini on, no, what is it? No, it's _Mussolini on Instagram.
There you go. Yeah, very good. So reach out. We'll also have her details in our bio here. Make sure that you go over to my YouTube channel. If you're listening to this on Anchor or Spotify or Apple Music, you got to go to YouTube so you can see this gorgeous woman, and subscribe there. But also go to our Facebook page, the Badass Bodacious Entrepreneurs, and join the community. You know, we have lots of women there that are doing the things that you're looking to do. So with that said, I appreciate you for being here. I know that you got some nuggets of value that you can go implement immediately. I love you. I'll see you next week. Namaste.